And now for a few quick announcements. I have some wonderful news to share with you, parishioners. We have a brand new associate demon joining the church, Mr. Doom Whisperer. As many of you may know, when a new associate demon joins the church, they implement some sort of program, their lasting legacy. Doom Whisperer will be in charge of the Helping Hand help program. All 16 of his hands are here to help the church. Whether it's helping you hold down a potential parishioner to spread the beautiful word of Athreos, maybe it's helping blood artists hold that extra paintbrush, maybe it's helping Mother of Runes in the kitchen cook our Sunday potluck dinner, or just maybe he'll lend a helping hand to Dark Confidant in fudging the church's financial records. Whatever help you need, he is here for the church. Be sure and shake all 16 of his hands after today's church service to welcome him, if you dare. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Have a seat. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, we have our sister churches, Westfall Abbey and Vault of the Archangel, but it's not really going to help us get down some of this colored mana. So let's go to Mulligan on this one, and we'll pray to Athreos for a little bit of a better opening hand. That's going to put us on Weathered Wayfarer. Yeah, I guess this is not bad. We'll keep on this. We have Swords of Plowshare, but yeah, we'll keep on this one. Not super exciting, so hopefully Athreos treats us right with the top part of our library. We're going to put that Read the Bones on the bottom, and then we'll get this going. But yes, welcome to the church. It feels so good to be back in the Church of Athreos, since I never get tired of that fresh copper smell. It always smells really good. Maybe Blood Artist must be finishing up a painting or something like that. Let's go and get down Weathered Wayfarer. Let's go and get that down, and then we'll go and fastly turn to our opponent. We're playing Athreos, God of Passage, the official, worshipping body of this church, Athreos. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then, whenever a creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. And Athreos was bugged on Magic Online for a long time there, and they fixed it, so it should be good to go if you have an Athreos deck that you haven't played. And our opponent's not going to get a land down for us to go for a Weathered Wayfarer activation, which I'm okay with. Let's just go and pass the turn. If we want to get into the standstill of holding out, I can certainly do that. Our playing against Leovold, the official Slimeball Elf Lawyer of Commander. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Then whenever you are a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability, you may draw a card. And I will wait all day for this, for us to get an extra land drop. I do not mind. Let's see what they're going to discard. Get rid of Treasure Cruise, and then draw to Reanimate. All right, let's just go and pass turn to our opponent. We could get down Mana Vault, but we're going to go for the Weathered Wayfarer activation. And we'll just keep drawing stuff, and then if they discard a pretty good creature, and we hit a swamp, we can get out there pretty quick and kind of swarm Leovold's law offices, and then kind of go from there. But yes, we did cover both commanders, so it is free time. They will get down an Overgrown Tomb. Let's go and go for Weathered Wayfarer activation. They finally cracked the seal. Now, the cool thing about this is we can go for Weathered Wayfarer activation at this point right now. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Ghastly Demise. We'll still at least get the land search. But I'd say we could go for it during our upkeep, but we'll still get the land going because they've got 2 lanes on the battlefield. Let's go and get this popped out. And at this point now, we're just going to go something safe. We're going to grab a dual source. Let's go and grab Scrub Land. Where are you? There we go. Let's grab Scrub Land. That way we can at least get that down. Get out Mana Vault, and then we can really kind of get some good stuff going. If we wanted to, we could go for Reanimate on Weathered Wayfarer again. That wouldn't be that bad. Let's go and get down Scrub Land. Let's go ahead and go for Mana Vault for 1 colorless. For 1 white mana. And that's going to give us access to 3 mana. We can go for Read the Bones if we want to dig. Yeah, let's go for Read the Bones. We do have to worry about a little bit of counter magic from Leovold sometimes, but we can go for Read the Bones, and mainly we're just digging for some lands right now. Put those on the bottom, and then we draw into Swamp, which is exactly what we want to see. Now, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. It is free time. Let's go ahead and put down Demon of Catastrophes. That'll work out for a really good Reanimate. There'll be 6/6 flyer in the air. That'll put some good pressure on Leovold. But as far as new additions to the church, like if you didn't catch the intro, go back and listen to it. We have Doom Whisperer himself in the church, ready to help lend a helping hand to the church. As far as any other sort of new additions to the deck, I'm pretty sure that's about it. Unfortunately, with me having so many commander decks, stuff like the Church of Athreos doesn't necessarily get put on the back burner, but it's just one of those decks that I really highly value. Oh, excuse me, they they had different plans with Animate Dead. Now we do have Oblivion Ring, so we can end up going for Oblivion Ring, or if we want to, we can just straight up just go for Swords to Plowshare and get rid of it. But we'll see. Not going to pay for Mana Vault at this point right now. See what we draw into. Draw into Mana Crypt. Have all the mana at this point right now. This is pretty good. Let's go and get down Swamp. And we go Oblivion Ring on Animate Dead. That's going to put Demon of Catastrophes back into our graveyard, which is going to allow us to reanimate it. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's get down Mana Crypt. And let's go and go for Oblivion Ring. Yeah, I like this line of play. If we're going to fight over Demon of Catastrophes, the other associate demon in the church, yeah, we want to show Doom Whisperer that we really value his service to the church. So this is what we do for our parishioners. So let's go and go for Demon of Catastrophes, reanimate, get it back on our side of the battlefield, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Kick it back over there. Now, as far as next turn goes, we can tap down Mana Crypt. That will be 2 mana and allow us to go for Mana Vault to get it to untap. So we might end up going for that. And then Oracle is going to be on top. Let's go and go for Swords to Plowshare on Oracle. We definitely do not want to allow them to get any sort of extra card advantage. And that was a Baby Jace on top of our library. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go and untap Mana Vault. I mean, we're looking at Grim Tutor this turn. Yeah, I don't mind doing this. Let's go ahead and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. 1 to flip, 1 for 1 on our Mana Crypt trigger. Let's go ahead and pay for this 4 mana and untap Mana Vault. And that'll also allow us to kind of start doing a lot more stuff. Ooh, drawn to Ranger of Eos. Let's go and swing in for 6 in the air with Demon of Catastrophes. It's going to put them down to 24. And then anything else will kick it back over to our opponent. Now, as far as next turn goes, we're going to have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to have access to 8 mana. So it's kind of going to keep us open for really whatever we want to go for. Either go for Fiend Hunter, Extractor of Sin. We also have Grim Tutor. So if we want to tutor up some sort of... Actually, if we want to tutor up... the official associate demon himself, Mr. Doom Whisperer, we can certainly go for that. Now, our opponent did just go for Reclamation Sage on Mana Vault. Nothing we can do in response to that, so... That's a bummer that we did take the turn off for that. Let's go and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Lost the flip. And then let's see what we draw into. Drawn to Thran Dynamo. Yeah, if we get down Thran Dynamo, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that'll allow us to go for Ranger of Eos. And the cool thing about Fiend Hunter is that whatever creature we get down, once we get a sack outlet, we can really take advantage of Fiend Hunter's enter the battlefield trigger. So let's go and do that. Let's go for Ranger of Eos. Let's search our library for 2 creature cards with converting mana cost 1 or less. Let's get this popped out. Let's go and go for... I think at this point, our best option would probably be definitely Viscera Seer, holding the human heart in his hand. He's so excited to be in this church. And then, do we have a Dark Supplicant? Let's go for Mother of Runes. I feel like Mother of Runes would be definitely a little bit better in this particular deck. So let's go and swing across with Demon of Catastrophes for 6 in the air. Knock them down to 18, then we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, if you're new to the channel, you've never had the experience of being in the Church of Athreos, it's actually a pretty cool little church. In fact, if you're sitting towards the back and you want to sit up towards the front, we will definitely sacrifice you during today's service. But as far as what the church does, our main goal is to get a lot of our parishioners on the battlefield and then sacrifice them with something like Viscera Seer and Blood Artist to really kind of spread the word of Athreos to our opponents. Going to choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Lost the flip is going to put us down to 17, and then we draw into Worn Power Stone. So we've got 4 cards in the hand with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open mana. Let's go and push in with Demon of Catastrophes and Ranger of Eos. We might end up training with Ranger of Eos. That's perfectly fine with Reclamation Sage. If not, that's going to allow us to get in for 9, which is going to put them down all the way down to 9. So that way you can at least kind of force the block on this. All right, so they do block with Reclamation Sage. That's going to give us a Demon of Catastrophes. Yeah, I like getting down Mother of Runes. We need to get some protection down. We get down Viscera Seer, we can really get some other good, sacrifices and instant speed activation. Let's go and tap Thran Dynamo down. Let's go and go for Worn Power Stone. If they want to burn a counterspell, they certainly can. And then let's go and go for Extractor of Sin. Are we overextending at this point? Are we walking into a board wipe? If we go Extractor of Sin, sacrifice Animate Dead, Yeah, let's just hold on to Extractor of Sin. That way we can sacrifice something else next turn. And then I'd hate to just overextend into a board wipe at this point right now. And if we do sacrifice something with the Extractor of Sin, that will at least give us another 3/2 Eldrazi Horror token on the battlefield. And we can start swinging in. And we do have Delirium too, so that'll definitely work. Yeah, there we go. Damnation. Okay. Let's go and get some sacrifices going. Let's go and sacrifice Mother of Runes. Dark Supplicant, let's go and put that on the bottom. Let's go and sacrifice Demon of Catastrophes. Rotlung Reanimator, let's go and put that, actually, that'll be some really good insurance with some zombies. I think I like that. Let's go and leave Rotlung on top of our library. That's pretty good. And then we'll just go and sacrifice Mr. Seer, because he seems like he would enjoy sacrificing himself. That seems like something he would get really excited about. Let's go and put Rotlung back on top, so nothing for Damnation. And then we get to untap with an open mana crypt. Going to choose Tails on this one. Won the flip. And then let's go and get down Rotlung Reanimator. And the cool thing about Rotlung Reanimator is that if something does happen to one of our clerics, we're still going to be able to at least get some sort of board state developed with a bunch of zombies once they do, unfortunately, go into the second world with Athreos. Let's go and tap down white, and let's go and go for more Power Stone. Now, since we do have Thran Dynamo, we'll probably get to the point now to where we're just simply just going to get rid of Mana Crypt. I would really enjoy hitting some sort of land drop for the turn. That would definitely be really nice, but we can still get it down with some of this colorless mana. Yeah, that's going to come back in. Yeah, they can reanimate on something. So we're just going to go ahead and choose Mana Crypt on this. And then that way we get the Horror token on the battlefield. And since we do have Delirium active, yeah, let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now with the Extractor of Sin, if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, we get to transform it. Eldrazi we control at Vigilance. And then for a 2-mana activation with the Extractor of Flesh, we get to create a sacrifice a creature, create a 3/2 Eldrazi Horror creature token. Now, one of the things that this deck definitely wants is some sort of sack outlet. Unfortunately, with it being 2-mana activation, is a little steep, but we can definitely make that work. And with Leovold, becomes a target of spell or ability. Okay, I'll try to figure out. If we end up going for Fiend Hunter next turn, they will be able to cash in a card drop, but we still will be able to get at least sacrifice Fiend Hunter and exile something out of their board state permanently. So I kind of like that, especially with them tapping out. So let's see what we draw into. All right, so we have Extractor of Flesh. He is red. Oh, we finally hit a colored source. Let's go and get down Arid Mesa. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's go and go for Arid Mesa. And let's go and grab another black-blue source. Let's grab Godless Shrine. Let's go and shock this one in. That's going to be 3 card types. Discard a card. Do we want to go for Leovold? So at this point right now, we're looking at Fiend Hunter. That's going to be 1, 2, and we can get down Athreos for Devotion. Let's go and do that. Let's get down Athreos, and then we'll figure out what we want to use for Grim Tutor. All right, so we get down Athreos. Let's go and go for Fiend Hunter. And I think at this point, we just end up going for Jace. I think that's the better option. Okay, so let's get down Fiend Hunter. We're going to exile Jace. In response to this trigger on the stack, we're going to go ahead and go for an Extractor of Flesh activation. And then it's going to be 1, 2. We're going to sacrifice Fiend Hunter. That's going to give us a zombie on the battlefield, give us an Athreos trigger. And it's also going to allow us to, bring back the creature. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, so I will definitely take this. It always feels nice to beat Leovold. Opponent's going to scoop it up on this one, but yeah, that's what church service is about. So what I was talking about was, the game technically wasn't over, but I'm going to go and post this one up because this was a wonderful showing of what the church is capable of. So we get down Fiend Hunter, and let me get that pulled back up. Okay, so I got it pulled back up. Long story short, with us having Extractor of Flesh on the battlefield and us going for that Fiend Hunter activation, they do cash in an extra card draw, but with us basically targeting Jace, that's going to cut off Damnation out of their graveyard, and it puts ourselves in this position to where we can start swinging in with our Eldrazi tokens. And unfortunately, with me going for this Extractor of Sin activation, I realized that we could have swung in first and then dealt some damage and then gone for the Fiend Hunter to get rid of Jace. But either way, we got what we desired. Once we sacrifice Fiend Hunter, with Rotlung Reanimator on the battlefield, that's going to give us a 2/2 zombie. They're going to have to pay 3 life for us to bring back Fiend Hunter. And the cool thing about this is that there's just a lot of synergy within this deck. You know, you get down Rotlong Reanimator, we start sacrificing a lot of our clerics, we get 2/2 zombies on the battlefield, we get the Athreos trigger going. There's just so many different ways for us to end up with these board states that are just a ton of fun and lead to some really interesting board states. As you can tell, we're able to beat the Slimeball Leovold, Elf Ball Lawyer. So, better call Leovold. If you enjoyed your time at the church service today, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Have a seat, have a seat. Welcome to the Church of Athreos. Hope you're excited. We got a beautiful church service for today. As far as opening hand goes, this is wonderful. We'll definitely keep on this one. Pretty much everything you want to see in an opening parishioner hand. We have Bloodthorn Vampire, we have a Blood Artist effect, we have Priest of the Bloodright, Recruiter of the Guard. This is, and a piece of removal, which is always nice. So, unfortunately, we cannot use it on Animar, but maybe we can grab one of their creatures off of that. I was going to lead off with the Temple of Silence, get the Scry going. The Scurry, the Fever. Razakath. That is really nice, but let's go and put Razakath on the bottom because really far away from Razakath, and then anything else will go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yes, welcome to the Church of Athreos. In fact, if you're a new parishioner and you have not been to the church before, make sure you sit up towards the front of the church. We'll try to sacrifice you during today's service, and that way you can become an official member of the Church of Athreos. That'll be a lot of fun for everybody involved. Let's go and get down to Ancient Tomb. Let's go and go for Recruiter of the Guard, and then let's see if we can't grab a special parishioner off of this Recruiter of the Guard trigger. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Let's go and grab Dark Confidant. He's a wonderful CFO for the church. I love it. He does some really good... He can hide money like crazy. I don't know. He's really good at that. Kind of helping us out on our taxes. But yes, so let's start off with Athreos himself. We are playing Athreos, the official leader of the church. As long as your devotion, basically devotion 7 turns into a creature. Let's go and get down heights, and let's go ahead and go for Athreos. I like that. We're going to get the hideaway going. And that's going to be 3 more creatures. We can cast it without paying its mana cost. And actually, yeah, I kind of like Fiend Hunter because we can actually use that with Bloodthorn Vampire as a sack outlet to exile something. So that'll be another way for us to kind of go for that Animar. Just going to put those on the bottom in any order. So I'm going to get down Dark Confidant. I love it. We're getting down Dark Confidant and Ancient Tomb, which is just a wonderful way to get some good fun going. Nothing else for one color. Let's go and swing across with Recruiter of the Guard. And then knock our opponent down to 29. We'll kick the turn back over there. But yeah, so we have Athreos. Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then whenever another creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless target opponent pays 3 life. Now we're playing against Animar, Soul of Elements. Protection from white and black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1 counter on Animar. And then Animar is going to cost 1 less to cast for each +1 counter on Animar. We're drawn to Windswept Heath and then Vault of the Archangel. Let's go and get down to Windswept Heath. And let's get the card draw going. I think that looks good. I like that. Let's go and swing across for 3. Knock our opponent down to 26. And then, yeah, I like going for Twilight Prophet. If we get down the Ascension pretty quick, that's going to be just a ton of card draw, and I like that. Let's get down Scrubland. Let's go for Twilight Prophet. Get her down, and then anything else will go and pass the turn to our opponent. Now, with the Windbreast Heights, so basically... with 3 or more creatures this turn. So next turn we'll be online for the heights. But at this point right now, we're just going to hold on to see what sort of board state they get developed. To my knowledge, with Animar, Protection from White and Black, I think we can target Animar with Fiend Hunter's ability. I think. For some reason that's sticking out in my head that we can use that ability. So that's something I want to keep in mind. I think since it's technically a triggered ability and it goes on the stack, it's not color. I might be wrong. I might be thinking of something else, but we're at least going to try that. We'll hopefully wait to see if they have some other sort of creatures on the battlefield before we take advantage of that. But that is something that we can go for. And one of the cool things about Fiend Hunter is that if we have a sack out on the battlefield, something like Bloodthorn Vampire, we can get down Fiend Hunter, have that trigger on the stack, and then kind of force them to... we can sacrifice Fiend Hunter and give them that card back, and that way they don't have... it's a permanent exile, basically, is what I'm trying to say with the sack out, which is always nice to kind of get that going. All right, so we get the Dark Confidant trigger, drawn to Edgewalker, and then we draw into Catacombs. Now, that's going to be 5 that we can get some life gain going if we kind of want to gate some of this Dark Confidant that's coming across. You know what? Let's see if we can't get as much stuff on the battlefield as possible now that I think about it. Let's go and swing across. That's going to be 5 coming across on our opponent. It's going to knock them down to 21. And we get down to Edgewalker. Go for Priest of the Blood Rite. I'm just going to grab a swamp off of that. Actually, excuse me, I thought we could get down Priest. That's why I probably would have grabbed a dual source off of that. Let's go to get down Zulaport Cutthroat. That way, if something does happen to our board state, we can at least kind of bounce back from that. Tap down for 1 black, and we do have the City's Blessing now at this point finally, and then we'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. So, next turn we are looking at hopefully getting down Athreos. We can also still go and get down Bloodthorn Vampire, and then start to build up that board state to where... And this is what makes the Church of Athreos so much fun, is that you can see what's this thriving board state that we have developed. We've got a Linda the Dusk Rose in our opening hand. We can get her down and kind of start sacrificing our board state, and then bring them back out with a nice Aristocrats win. So if we can draw into something like Living Death, that'll definitely help us kind of put some pretty good pressure on our opponent. And especially with them having Maze of Ith and Mystifying Maze, that's something we do have to watch out for if we're swinging across. But between Dark Confidant and the Twilight Prophet, getting some really good card advantage going, we should be in a pretty... Let's see if they're going to go for like triple... Okay, now they're going to go for Simic Growth Chamber. So they're doing some setting up, which is going to be really interesting to see the amount of mana that we're going, because we've got some pretty good pressure on our opponent. Let's get the Twilight Prophet. It's going to be Doom Whisperer, which is wonderful. And I think off of Doom Whisperer... And we gain that life. So, ooh, drawn to Blood Artist too, which is really nice. Drawn to Mana Confluence. Okay, let's go and get down Vault of the Archangel. Yeah, let's go and push across. Okay, so it's going to be... we'll see what sort of Maze of Ith activations they end up going for. More than likely, basically, we're all sitting at a bunch of 2/2s or 1s in power and toughness. So we'll see who they decide to target with Maze of Ith. Knock them down to 10. And at this point right now, if we're trying to play around some sort of board wipe, I want to get down Blood Artist and Zulaport and a Sack Outlet. That way we can kind of do something with it. So, get down Blood Artist. Let's go and get down Bloodthorn Vampire. And that still leaves us up on Go for the Throat. And then anything else? No. Yeah, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So, we got some pressure on our opponent. That's going to be... basically, that's going to be, with Zulaport Cutthroat, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So we actually might be able to kind of close it out strictly with the Aristocrat damage. All right, so opponent's going to go for Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, let's go and go for that. Let's go and go for Bloodthorn activations. Oh, look at this, making Athreos so very happy. It's going to always yield to the Blood Artist. Ooh, and they have saved targets on there. That's something new that they've done. That really helps... help you kind of do this, yeah, doing all these Aristocrat triggers. It's always been just kind of a pain in the butt. Let's go ahead and get the Zulaport up top. It's going to send Blood Artist up top, knock them down to 2, and then once we do sacrifice Zulaport Cutthroat, that's going to be 2 more triggers, and that'll be more than enough to close it out. And a wonderful way to close it out, this Church Service. Knock our opponent down to 0 in response to that Cyclonic Rift. Our opponent... They spent a lot of time ramping. I'm not entirely sure what was going on their side of the battlefield, but we didn't see Animar hit the battlefield, so I'll still go and post this video up because this is a wonderful showing of what the church is capable of. And if you enjoyed the video, the church service, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.